Hey, what's up, team? Today we're taking a look at Fans Toys Berserk, their take on a third-party masterpiece, Blitzwing, and this was sent to me by my good sponsor, TF Safari. Check them out for all of your Transformers needs and utilize the codes that you see in the top right corner of your screen. And right out of the gate, I gotta tell you, this guy is massive, and he has a ton of heft to him. It's a beautiful recreation of G1 Blitzwing in masterpiece form and rivals the last competitor in the space, Star Toys' Commander. Overall, I think Berserk edges out Commander in most categories, except for one, and that is the copious use of panels. Because there's no hiding it, this guy is a total panel former and has origami-like engineering, but more on that when we get to the transformations. He has a pretty decent accessories game, including a G1 accurate sword and blaster that can be equipped in all three modes. He also comes with visor and face replacements and the turret head from the G1 cartoon. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to remove any of the face components, so I haven't been able to try it out. And speaking of G1 accuracy, his overall details and deco are spot on. They even got the weird tapered thighs right. Cool. Same goes for the rear thrusters. Color me impressed. The wings look good, the feet look good, colors are nice. I mean, overall, it is just a solid showing from Fans Toys. Articulation is pretty basic because of all of the kibbly bits, but it's good enough for me. Joints are a mix of friction and ratchets and are used intelligently, depending on how much weight is being supported. And now that I've given you a briefing of his bot mode, let's move on to the alt modes. Okay, so let's get him transformed. We're going to start by untapping these panels and lifting them off the turret. At the same time, they are plugged into these purple bits over here, so you're going to want to separate them as well. Okay, and from there, you're going to be able to kind of lift these pieces up, and you'll just kind of swing them around the top like that. Next, we're going to hide the turret. So what we're going to do is we're going to lift this up, and you're going to lift it once, and then you're going to lift it twice. And that's going to give you the clearance to be able to tuck this down. Just kind of open this up all the way. And now we're going to open this section over here. It is a bit tough, and so I think I may need to grab a spudger for this. And so just kind of get it into that empty space and find a section that works for you. There's nothing on the inside, and so you can kind of fish around until you find something that you can leverage and kind of pop this open, as I'm having an extreme amount of difficulty doing this. There we go. There we go. And so just kind of crack that open, and then we'll spin the head around, and then we'll pop that in there. Later, when you open it up, it's a little bit easier. You can actually squeeze this in here and get it like that, but getting in there the first time might be a little bit difficult, and so just be mindful. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to lift this up. In this section right here, we are going to lift up, because what you need to do is you need to get this to traverse this space over here. And as I'm going through the transformation, I may not replicate it on the same side. I may just kind of do it off camera, but just kind of know that. And oh, one thing I forgot to do, got to bring this down to give it clearance. Then you can swing this over and it will go all the way out, and then you can close this up again like that. Oh, and almost forgot one thing. You want to hide the fists. And so you just want to pop this open and flip the fist in. And the best way to do it is to have the thumb tucked into the back over there. And you just flip this down and you can close it up. When mine arrived, this flap was pretty loose. And so what I did was just tighten that screw, and then everything resolved itself. But yeah, so it should look like this. Okay, so next we're going to convert this piece to look like this. And what you need to do is, is to fish out this part first. And you see that little tab over here. You need to get it to go over here. And the thing that's probably going to be a little bit the most difficult is this hinge bar. It's a double hinge, and it has these little speed bumps on it, and it's going to feel very, very tight in your hand as you're manipulating it. But don't be afraid. You can force your way through it. And once you do that, you'll be able to tab in everything properly, if I did it right. But yeah, so it kind of didn't work out there. One more time. Got to get that in here. And then once that's in there, hinge everything around. There you go. And so now everything is in place, and it should look like this. Okay, so at this point, we're going to move on to the legs, but we want to close all of this up. So just make sure that compresses in on itself, and you can close that up. And don't worry about the thrusters not facing the right way. These are just the faux thrusters, as I showed you earlier, just for the sake of robot accuracy. The thrusters in the back of the jet are going to be revealed from the heels. So I'm just kind of doing a quick take to make sure that everything has been properly transformed. And I believe it is. And so, yeah, without further ado, let's get to the legs, which are a little bit scary. All right, so the reason why I say they're scary is there are a lot of panels. There are a lot of panels, and there is a very specific order of operation. And you're going to start by removing this back one. And after you do that, everything else is going to start to kind of come apart. And so this one over here as well, you will lift this bit up. You will bring this up, and this will fold in on itself. And if you're lucky, all of this you will be able to fish out. Great, 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 great. Now this bar over here, this is critical to the transformation because this controls this. And now you're seeing that this entire bit is going to go back over here. And this will kind of like reverse fold on itself. But yeah, so this is a very important piece. Also, it kind of gets in the way when you're converting the nose cone part. So again, just be kind of mindful of this piece, okay? Oh, and before we push it all the way back, the toe. You're going to flip this toe. There's a double hinge over here. And you need to get it right, otherwise you're not going to be able to push it through. Oh, there we go. Hey, he's playing nicely. Nice, nice, nice. And from there, ultimately, this is going to flip around like this. But yeah, I'm trying to see. So this will stay up here like so. This is going to bend down. This you're going to bring up. And ultimately, what this is going to do is that space needs to fit over that raised area by the armpit, okay? And so I'm just kind of looking around to make sure I got everything. That bit's going to go in there. And then this is going to sit on top of that. Just work with the hinges as necessary. This one over here, this one's probably going to give you the most quote unquote trouble because what you need to do is this needs to be fished out. And not only does it need to be fished out, when this kind of, you can hear that me taking a breath because this is where it gets like super duper panely. Everything's going to start kind of getting in the way of itself. And I'm not going to push it down right now because I need to do a couple of more things, but I'm showing you. So when this all sits down, this will be able to sit on top of this, but initially it's going to look kind of weird. And so just be mindful of that. Okay. Okay, so now before we kind of bring this all down, and so by the way, full disclosure, I'm going to show you how this is transformed, and I'm not going to do the other side on camera. I'm just going to complete it, and then we'll put it together. Yeah, so just be mindful of that. So this bit, we are going to open up, and we're going to flip this up, separate the nose cone, because you want to fish out this, panel, and it will click in place, and you're going to bring it back. And then what we're going to do is we're going to flip this, and we're going to flip out the nose cone. And within the nose cone, there is going to be this rear tab. Both of the sections have it. In the manual, it shows that this is supposed to sit in this channel like this, but I don't know, man. It kind of forces it into weird angles, and so I'm not going to do that. I mean, it doesn't really matter anyway. And then on this side, we have the nose cone, excuse me, the landing gear, and so we're going to fish that out. This section, you need to remove, you need to open this up. Then you need to bring this out. And you can close it like that. And this is going to be the nose cone, just like that. And so now here, this is where everything kind of comes together. So that little tab needs to sit under here, right? And so it needs to sit down, and this needs to come up. And so you need to flex it a little bit in order to get this to sit down over the shoulder, and then get this to tab in like that. But it should look like that. And that wasn't that bad, right? It was just a lot of stuff going on over here. And so, yeah, that's not that bad. Now I'm going to replicate it for the other side, and then we're going to put it together, and I'll show you that piece. And then from there, we're almost at the home stretch, and so just hang tight, okay? Oh, there's one thing that I almost forgot. Pretty important. This fin, this small fin, what you want to do is you want to push that out. Then you want to... And it is kind of like tabbed in there via kind of like a friction joint, like a nub. Then you bring this out, then you'll push it back, and you'll feel it kind of like lock into like a groove. It is kind of thin, so just Just be mindful of it. And there we go. Like that. And you're going to do that for both sides. Here, I'll show you one more time on camera because it's pretty simple to do. You're going to fish that all the way out. It has to come all the way out, otherwise you're not going to be able to unfold this and sew. Huh. I don't know why I can't get the clearance. Maybe it's not all the way out. Oh, there we go. Then you lift it up, then you'll push it back, and there you go. And that's how it's going to look for both sides. Okay, as you can see, I've replicated on the other side, and we just need to kind of clean it up. And so we'll start putting this together, and we'll start tabbing these bits in. Maybe I should have done it from the front. But yeah, everything will tab in securely, maybe a little bit too securely at times. Like in certain areas, the fit will be too tight, and it will start forcing other things to become untabbed. So just be mindful of that. And we'll bring this in, and then we'll tab those parts together. On the underside, just make sure everything is tabbed in as well. And you know what? I forgot to flip out that little bit over here, but that's okay. Makes it a little unsightly, but at the same time, I'm not going to undo everything just for that. And so once we've done all of that, what we're going to do is make sure that this is as flush as possible. We're going to open up this little tab over here, and we're going to bring these down. And where's the locking point? There is a locking point that I am failing to see right now. Well, whatever. This is meant to come down like so. And if you've done it properly, like for some reason I can't. It makes me think I forgot something, but I didn't. Everything's where it's supposed to be. But this will come down, and if you've done it properly, that little bit will be able to lock these pieces in. Oh, I guess it kind of did it. Huh. I don't know what... Like, I'm pretty sure everything is where it's supposed to be. But yeah, this area I kind of feel like is bulging, but I'm quite positive that I've done everything right. But it's just that it's a very, very tight fit, but it's supposed to lock in there like that. Okay, and it's actually in there. From here, what we're going to do is there is one part that I probably should have flipped over earlier. This. Hopefully we can get it to clear. Okay, great. And we're going to clear that section. And then this arm, there are two tabs over here because one is the jet mode locking. The top one is the locking point for the jet mode, and the bottom one is for the tank mode. And you will see later, but for the time being, we're going to use the top one. And this arm, it has a bit of difficulty locking in, whereas this arm, it's a lot easier. See, yeah, that one I was able to do it, but well, no matter. I think also a difficulty is that because this is a panel and it's not, there's no force on the other side, and so when you press this, this will kind of like bow in, right? But it's meant to tab in there, but that's fine. You don't really need it right now. And so this, what you're going to do is you're going to make sure that this is compressed as best as possible, and this is all turned right. Yeah, I can't help get the feeling that like something is like off, like something is not tabbed in the way it should be, but can't quite put my finger on it. Here, like this is supposed to all, like it's all doing the things, but yeah, I'm just kind of getting this weird feeling that something is off. Oh well. Let me see let me take this off camera and see if I've messed up something. Well, I searched and searched and searched, and I could not find anything, and so we'll just kind of go through it. Yeah, I mean, I was just going to do one side, but considering we had some difficulty over there, I figured I would just show you the other side as well. That little tab is going to tab in to the section on the arm. And then this bit, again, is meant to come down, and it will tab in right there. This will tab in like that, and that will tab in here, and that will lock in here. And so when it does the thing, when it's working right, it's working right. But I did find out that through the process, this part came undone as well. And so there's a tremendous amount of pressure being built up over here. And for the life of me, I really can't figure out what it is. And so I think we're just going to have to accept that and move on. And then once we've done that, there you go. There you go, and that's the jet mode. Doesn't that look nice? I think it looks great, dude. The path getting there, yeah, it's a little cumbersome at times, but it is certainly not the worst thing in the world. It's not like it's an X-Transbot product. And if you find that, this is kind of off and it's not aligned, you can just kind of tilt this forward. And that way, the landing gear, it was here a second ago, but the landing gear, the rear ones are here. And the front one that I had out earlier somehow disappeared. But if it was out, I promise you, it would have no problems kind of sitting down flush. And so I think that's a good looking jet. I think it looks better than the Star Toys version. The nose is not as stubby. And yeah, it's meant to look like a MiG. What is it? A Foxhound? It's like a Russian jet. And for the most part, dude, it's pretty good, man. It's pretty good. And even on the bottom, you see the turret here and everything, but I don't know, man. I think they did a pretty good job. Huh. Yeah, I think they did a pretty good job. I'm pretty satisfied with it, and I'm actually, I had fun with the engineering. And you can see the arm kind of, again, not plugging in. It's just kind of like that. And I don't want to shave down any of the parts or file or whatever, but good looking jet. The accessories also install on the jet. And so what you're going to do is, yeah, they combine together because they also work for the tank mode. Far out, right? And you're just going to get that groove over here. Then you're going to plug that in to the purple bit. Cool. And then we're going to get the sword and take the groove on the side of the handle and just plug it in like that. And there you go. That's the fully armed up jet. Beautiful. Beautiful, right? Would you not agree with me? I think it's a good looking toy. Love the colors, the glittery metallics and everything. It is a super panel-y origami former, but at the same time, I am pleased with the end result, and I hope you are too. Next, we are going to progress to the tank mode. And so, full disclosure, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it back to baseline. And what that means is it's going to look exactly the same except for two things. The nose cone is going to be hidden, and the fins are going to be hidden. But other than that, everything is going to be the same. And so I don't feel like it's necessary to kind of like take you through all the steps when they're pretty much the same thing. So anyway, with that disclaimer out of the way, I'm going to take it back to baseline and we can convert it into the tank, okay? As I was taking it back to baseline, I realized there is one other difference, and it's a pretty major one, and it's this thing over here, this panel by the armpit. You have to open this up and you have to swing it down. Because this needs to be able to like lift up later. Also, there is this spring mechanism over here. I'm not exactly sure what that's for. I haven't been able to figure out like how or why that comes into play, but yeah, nonetheless, it's there. Anyway, I'm going to take it to baseline and then we'll continue with the tank mode. All right, here we are back at baseline. As I showed you earlier, those panels are hidden. The fins have been folded up and the nose cone is now fully retracted as well. And so we can just kind of work from here. And so you want to start by kind of undoing these bits, and I'm going to hurt my finger and lose a nail if I keep pulling this off. So, oh, okay. Now we got that off. You're going to start kind of separating this, because what you're going to do is you're going to manipulate this fin. You're going to take this, and then you're going to bring this down, and you can get this to kind of tuck in here. And yeah, you can fix this up later, but then we'll start that for now. And we are going to start undoing this bit, because what's going to happen is you see that space in there. This entire thing, which I believe should be freed up now, and you know, I'm just going to move this down. You should be able to rock this entire thing up just like that. You saw that, right? And now that this is rocked up, we're going to take this Might be a little hard to do on camera, but we're going to fold this up. And this, you want to create the contour for the tread. And then this, you want to straighten out like so. So that this bit will tab in right there like that. And so if you don't lift it up, it's not going to be able to do this. And now the arm has been repositioned so that that lower rung, that lower tab, or excuse me, a slot, will be able to tab in over here. I still don't, oh, it tabbed in. Hey, good for us, good for us. And then from here, we can kind of bring this all back. And you can bring this here too. You know what? We might be able to do this in one fell swoop. Maybe. I don't want to speak too much. But this part over here, you need to bring, oh, hey, everything's kind of working out. I guess because I loosened it up. But, oh, goodness. As you can see, there's some paint chipping over here because getting this, because look, there's a hinge here, there's a hinge here, there's a hinge here, and you have to apply force like this, and so it's a bit tricky. But what you got to do is you got to line it up, get it in there. Oh, that hurts my ear. But that's what you have to do. That's what you have to do, boo. And once that happens, at least for my copy here, this is not seaming up properly, but that's honestly the best that we're going to be able to do. And then from here, we're going to untab all of this and like, dude, look at that beautiful deco and detail. Nice, huh? Yeah, sorry, just getting lost in that. You do need to flip this around because you got to bring the wing up here. And then you're going to bring this down, loosen this up, and you're going to flip this entire assembly and make sure that you have clearance there. Oh, whoops. Sorry, got to bring this up. I flipped it the opposite way, that little tab. And then you're going to do that. And then from here, you'll bring this forward. And then you're going to bring this bit out because, again, we're creating the contour for the treads, right? And then you can close this up and keep this open like that. And now we'll take all of this, bring this over, have this tab in. And actually, before we do that, you see that little blade right over here? That's going to slot into this thing. The fit's tight. And again, there's not enough force pushing from the other side because this is the locking mechanism. You can't even see it. That one that gave us a lot of trouble. That's the piece that's plugged in, and so I think I got it though. And then you're going to be able to tab it in like that. And afterward, you're just going to bring this down. Cool, right? And so after we do the other side, all that's left is to work on the turret. And so let me, I don't know why this thing wants to bulge apart. Let me work on this opposite side, and then afterwards we'll work on the turret, okay? Okay, so cool. Here it is. Both sides done. I do wish this would kind of like close up a little bit better, but whatever, dude. Yeah, you can just kind of like adjust the fins. Looking good, right? Looking real good. I mean, just looks like Blitzwing. Looks like the G1 version, the way this is all hidden over here. Like, oh man, I really like this a lot. And so we're going to untab this, and we're going to lift this up. And so we're going to fish these bits out. Oops, you know what? You got to lift this up first. And then it is on a double hinge, but it will allow you to kind of tab it into the side. There you go. Same thing over here. Again, fish this out, double hinge, lock in place. And so we'll lift this up one more time and then get the clearance for the turret. And then what you're going to do with this part over here is you're going to lift. And as you lift, it's going to kind of, I don't know what maneuver you call that, but yeah, it will kind of fold out. And then from there, that little tab is meant to go in there, but I've never, ever successfully been able to get it to go there. So I'll just kind of live with that. And so this is going to be the back where the thrusters are. And then you just set that there. You pull out the turret. I wish the turret would like lock in place. I wish there was a little nub. Unfortunately, there isn't, so it's just kind of loosey-goosey. But is that how a tank's supposed to work? Is it supposed to go pa-pow, pa-pow? I don't know. But pretty much we're done at this point. And I think that's a good-looking tank, man. I think it cleans up pretty nice. I do wish this locked in a little bit better over here. That would be my chief critique. I would have loved it if these things could kind of tab into the underside of this, because there are little areas where this could tab in, but it would have marred the sleek aesthetic of the wing, and so maybe they decided against that. But overall, it's not bad, man. Even the way this kind of like covers everything, I like it. I like it a lot. Oh, the accessories. Check this out. This is really cool. These open up too. Cool, huh? Neato completo. So I was gonna say, in terms of like all three modes, I think Fans Toys does it better than Dreamstar Toys. I do. The transformation, I think Dreamstar might be a little bit better. It's not a panel former like this. It has solid chunks, and even when you look at the bot mode, there's just a lot of solid pieces versus like panel piecemeal. But once you get to the destination and you actually check out the modes from the tank, the jet to the bot, I think Fans Toys does a better job. Is that comparable in terms of it being such a panel former? Perhaps. That's going to be totally up to you. But in terms of me, in terms of this subjective review, I have enjoyed this a lot more than I thought I was, because I've said it before, I'm not a huge Fans Toys guy. I'm not. But this, I think they did well. It may not be their best product, but it is certainly up there, and I congratulate them on a very great offering, a very great endeavor, probably the best Blitzwing out on the market right now. And so if this is your thing, you like Blitzwing, you like Fans Toys, and you got a little bit of change, check out tfsafari.com and utilize the codes that you see over here, over here yonder, okay? Well, thanks for watching. I really appreciate y'all being here, because, hey, your time is precious and you could have spent it elsewhere, but you spent it here with me and Mr. Blitzwing. And so once again, gracias, thank you, terima kasih, salamat po, and to all the other great languages out there as well, all right? 감사합니다. See you, friends. Bye.